And the big deal comes to an end. I was complaining to my son that the light wouldn't come on in the breezeway, that what else wasn't working? Oh yeah, that the light wouldn't come on in the breezeway. No, Julia, I'm talking. No. The light wouldn't come on in the breezeway. And the light wouldn't come on in the breezeway. I guess that's the big deal. And that's a big deal because it's dark and I've got my, can you move? And I've got my onions out there. I've got my sweet potatoes out there. I've got the cat food out there. I got the full bag of cat food is out there. Bring whatever. So, if it's dark, see, that's what I didn't want you to do. Step on the keyboard. Julia, you're not allowed up here. Come on, move it. You are not responsible. Yeah, so it was a catastrophe, and my son is responsible for installing all these, things. So I was asking him how to fix it, and he says, "Well, it's probably because the iPad is not working, and it's the hub. Then everything is starting to not work." So I said, "Well, what if I plug it in all the time? Will that fix it?" And he says, "Well, yeah, it should." And I had it plugged in for a while, and things were not fixing. And he said, "Well, you might have to restart the Hue hub." And I said, "Okay, what's that? Where is that?" And he said, "You know that thing?" I said, "Oh yeah, I know that." I said, he says that there have to be 3 lights on. I said, "There's no light on." He showed me his, which is it's a white thing, a blue ring, and then 3 lights. A blue ring, which is a blue lit up light, and then 3 separate lights. So I looked down at mine, and mine was absolutely unlit. I said, I know what that is. Why don't you say the white Hue hub, because then I will know what you're talking about. And he said, well, I said, just a minute. So I followed the cable. So I said, okay, it's not where the computer's plugged in, because the computer's plugged into the wall. The computer's not plugged into the power bar. But the power bar, remember the power bar situation with the heater? Yeah, the power bar had been that's why my heater was not working. It's not because it's supposed to be plugged into a wall. It's because the power bar was unplugged. That's okay. That's okay. It's all working now. This thing's lit up. I walked out. The breezeway lights up. Everything's working in the breezeway. We've got smart lights, right? And there's a hub for the smart lights, and this is. So that's all working again. But because I moved, because I had to, for the time being, move the heater to a wall outlet, that wall outlet is where the doorbell was plugged in. So I unplugged the doorbell, plugged in the. So what's plugged into the okay, yes, that's plugged in now. I thought, why do I need a power bar then? Because the Hue light thing is plugged into the power bar. Yes. So the doorbell is no longer plugged into that outlet because the heater and the power bar are plugged into that outlet. So now the doorbell is in a more unused location. The outlet in the kitchen that I absolutely never use. Never, ever, ever. She's going, okay, you're waving your hands around too much. Yeah, I'm annoyed you being up here. It's not working. Not right now, but I've got work stuff here, and I don't want you up here. So I was not going to make another video tonight, but because we talked about the light and the stuff not working in the breezeway, I decided to make another video. I'm watching the hockey game. I'm watching the hockey game. We scored first. We scored second. I think we scored third before they scored. I think we scored again. I think we're at 4-1. I'm not sure. And they scored again. So I think we're 4-2. Yeah, so anyway, I put too much oil on my popcorn. It was too rich. Yeah, it's 4-2. We're in the second intermission, so going into the third period. We'll see if we hold them off. Colorado. So I did manage to finish all the way to Wednesday. So I'll just have to okay, now I'm tired. Yeah, so I said, so I'll hold off, putting a new battery in my iPad then. He said, yeah, just leave it plugged in all day, or leave it plugged in all night, or leave it plugged in all day and then unplug it at night or whatever. But he says, you're not carrying it around anyway. You're not going out there for hours to read on a distance. You can hold off on getting a new battery for it until you absolutely need it. I said, yes, that will do. So, crisis averted.